Polymesh is on a massive rally. The Polyx token increased by more than 50% today alone. Let's have a look at what's behind this rally. How sustainable is this rally? Let's have a look at the data most people are not considering. We are currently at 64 cents, plus 47% today, plus 222% this week. And in the year, we almost 4x'd. Now, by no means was this a smooth ride. We did have our pumps and dumps, and have a look at the trading volume. The trading volume is here below. It's in light blue. We can see the trading volume spikes up whenever the price spikes up. Then the trading volume normalizes again and the price goes down. Second time over here in October of last year, we spiked up, we came down. Now we are spiking up in trading volume one more time. What does this mean? I believe that trading volume is very much correlated to attention. And whenever there's a lot of attention on a token, the price tends to be high, a lot of people tend to buy, and then at some point attention might be moving to the next coin, right? Attention is fleeting. There's always a story of the day. The only question is, how much longer can this rally now last? Now, this is not the first time I talk about Polymesh on this channel. I made a video 4 months ago. And that video discussed all kinds of fundamentals. Polymesh is a blockchain for securities. It is unfortunately somewhat intransparent. It's not listed on DeFi Llama. There is developer activity though, so constant changes on the GitHub repository, and the socials are picking up as well. All of those things are still true today. Feel free to check out that video. In this video, we're going to look at different data points. What's important to note is that there's no news on the website. There's no big announcement that could be fueling this rally. What we do know though is that Polymesh is pretty much centrally set up for the real world asset narrative. Because this is how crypto works. One day everybody talks about crypto gaming, the other day everybody talks about AI. Now it's real world assets, and so people are looking for opportunities. Polymesh network is the blockchain for real world assets. And have a look at the top crypto categories by market cap in the last 7 days. Real world assets is at the very top. AI is doing fine as well. But if you're not a fan of cat themed coins, then having a look at potential competitors in the RWA space might make sense. But first things first, let's have a look at relative valuations, because this is normally how I approach any altcoin investment. I want to see outperformance versus Bitcoin and versus Ethereum, because the entire investment universe is competing for your hard-earned dollar. And if you can't even outperform Bitcoin or Ethereum, why even take on more risk? What we see over here is the Polyx token divided by Ethereum, so the relative valuation. And over the long term, unfortunately, Polyx did not outperform. Now we are again in a rally. And I'm by no means saying that these imaginary lines have to prevail, that the risk to reward is now not that great. But it's still interesting to sometimes look at charts like this, right? Sometimes there is a self-fulfilling prophecy effect, as in when enough people think that a price is elevated, then probably there won't be too many purchases. If enough people think that the price is depressed, then there won't be too many sales. And so even though something like this is not science, there is a slight chance that supports and resistances matter, at least for some traders. And when they matter, then they will become a reality. Now, in light of all of this, is there another way to ride this real-world asset wave? At number one, in terms of market cap, is Ondo Finance. I made a video on Ondo Finance just yesterday. Feel free to check that out. Number two is Polymesh, and that's outperforming in the last week pretty much any of the real-world asset tokens. Then we've got Mantra, we've got Centrifuge, we've got Pendle Finance, and we've got Credit Coin and Dusk. But have a look at the market caps, right? Polymesh is already 3 times the size of those smaller coins. There's another 2x to Ondo. So in case we do see $1.20, $1.30 in Polymesh, then it would become the largest RWA asset in crypto. Now here's something very important to understand about Polymesh. Polymesh is not just an open blockchain where everybody can sign up. You need to verify yourself, you need to submit your identity in order to interact with Polymesh. And because of that very significant hurdle, we don't see that much adoption just yet. There's only 5,500 holders or 11,000 accounts. Whales tend to hold a lot of the supply. And in the last 24 hours, we only got 10 new accounts, and we even lost 6 holders. Here's the development of accounts over time since beginning of the year. It's not necessarily massive growth, but again, that's the hurdle of overcoming regulations of doing KYC. Feel free to check out the official video on Polymesh. This explains it in more detail. Simply search for Polymesh security blockchain and you should be finding this 4-minute clip. Now, when it's so hard to enter this ecosystem because you have to do KYC, etc., is maybe the team well enough connected, maybe with traditional finance, in order to foster adoption? Let's have a look. This is LinkedIn. Most of the team is based in Canada. One of the founders is a serial entrepreneur. He posted a board director position at an analytics platform. He's also still involved in Polymesh and Polymath. And what did he do before? He was an independent entrepreneur, freelancer, and he worked for a software provider company. So not necessarily banking or TradFi related, not necessarily somebody that knows a lot about due diligence to build a blockchain that can overcome all of those obstacles. Here's another founder, Trevor Coverco. He's based in San Francisco, California. And what is his background? Besides Polymesh and Polymath, he's also founding something else, Sapien, and he mainly has a blockchain background. So again, not necessarily the traditional banking sector. So that then begs the question, why is the price suddenly shooting up like this? Why is trading volume so high? Why is the relative valuation to Ethereum so high when there's no real news? I believe a lot of this could be manipulation, potentially by Binance. Because have a look at the perpetual futures market. In the last 24 hours, $2 billion worth of Polyx got traded on the price bets, on the levered perpetual futures on the Binance platform. And at the same time, more than 60% of trading volume happened on Binance. So what this tells us is that Binance has a lot of influence on the price, but they also offer bets on the price. That's like you offering bets on a sports game, but at the same time, you bought the referee, you bought the players in the different teams. You can push the price both up and down, depending on what most people are betting on. So could this rally last longer? Yes, of course it can. But if enough people bet on falling prices, then maybe we see another short squeeze. So be very careful. If you are considering to buy the Polyx token now, I believe the best is to use a trading stop loss. So as the price goes up, you adjust your stop loss. And then once we turn around, you don't want to be caught up in that crash again. You want to exit fast. I will publish an update on Polymesh again. If you're interested in that, feel free to subscribe. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. If you've got Telegram, feel free to join us. Link is down below.